When looking at facial proportions, we see that out of your whole head, the eyes are in the exact center of your head. A lot of times we tend to draw the eyes higher up and we don't take into account where your hairline is. From your eyes, your nose is directly under the inside of your eyes, your mouth is directly under and ends in the middle of your eyes, your ears are in line with the top of your eyes and your nose. And we're going to work on creating a proportional facial feature and start to add shading to our picture. It can just be a generic person, or if later on you want to go back and look at details of people's faces and draw someone you know, that'd be great. To start the face proportion project, first thing you're going to do is fold your paper up and then to the side. That way we're finding the exact center. Okay. The center is going to be the middle, right between your eyes. So on one side of your vertical line, you're going to put one finger and make a dot. On the other side of that vertical line, you're going to put a finger and make a dot. Now the distance between your eyes is the same distance as how large your eyes are. So since this is 2 fingers there, go ahead and put 2 fingers on this side and 2 on this side. I know the camera keeps focusing in and out, so I'll zoom in for this part. Okay, you have 4 dots on your paper. Now we're going to make very generic eyes. Everyone has a different eye shape. Oh, this one's a little too far down. Everyone has a different eye shape, but for now we're just going to do an almond shape. On one side, draw lightly so that way you can erase when we get there, and a smiley face underneath. We're going to add the iris of your eye, which is the colored part. You don't want to see any white above or below the iris, so we want some pretty big circles right in the middle. And then we have our pupil. It's going to look a little weird at first, but we'll get there. We can fix it. I might have made this eye a little bit too far over, so I'll just adjust. All right, now to have the light shining on the eye. I don't know why this keeps focusing in and out. There it goes. Okay. Just going to add kind of a rectangular shape, maybe another smaller one. What you do on one, you do on the other. And then starting to add the fibers that are in the eye by doing lines that come out from the iris. To make the eyes look a little more real, go ahead and outline or add some shading at the top. Just tracing over that lightly. You can blend your finger if you like. Same on this side. Add a tear duct. Just kind of do a curved line there. I'm going to add some shading around the edge as well. Those first dots I made were pretty bold. I'm just trimming those down. Okay, eyelashes. I'm just going to come up and curve them. Okay, add some eyelashes. So we kind of curve up. I'm going to add a little more shadow in the eye to have the reflection of the eyelashes. You can add some eyelashes at the bottom too. These ones might be a little long. Okay. Then where your eye lid is, I'm just going to add a line up there. Maybe blend that. Okay. Now that we have our eyes, from the center of your paper where that fold is, you're going to go 3 fingers down and make a line on that crease. That's the bottom of your nose. Then 1 finger over, like you did for the eye, that's the outside of your nostril. 1 finger over on the other side, that's the outside of your nostril on that side, because your nostrils are right in line with the inside of your eyes. So when we go to do this, no lines are really ever connected. It's just a lot of shading. So depending on the person's shape of their nose is a big indicator on how you want to shade this. So at the bottom of their nose here, start to add shading on either side, like the bridge. Blending that. And we'll come back and add more shading to the face where it kind of molds out of the paper. I always like to draw very light. Okay, we'll come back to that. Now under the nose, we're going to put 1 finger, make a little line. That's the top of the lip. Put a finger under that, the bottom of the lip. Then you're going to put 2 fingers off to the side, make a dot. Put 2 fingers off the side this way, make a dot, because the outside of your mouth is right in line with the middle of your eyes. So you can have your person having a facial expression if you want. I'm going to draw a straight line across to kind of get the middle of my mouth. And then start with my lips. And then we start to add shading. So everyone usually has a larger part right in the middle. You can have your mouth curve up at the edge. You can have it curved down. It's up to you. I'm going to have mine curved up a little bit. And then you can even give it a little dimple or smile. Actually, I'm going to have it curved up on both sides. Think about where your shading might be. It's probably right under that first lip, the top lip, and right below. For the top of your chin, put 1 finger under your lips, make a little line. That's the top of our chin. And then put 2 fingers under there, and that's the bottom of your chin. So now we have our bottom of our chin. You can start to curve it with whatever the jawline looks like. And then for the outside of the eyes, or the side of the face, Put 2 fingers on the outside of this eye, make a little dot. 2 fingers over here, make a little dot. I start with straight lines, and then you kind of curve it down right between where the nose and the lips are. Okay, let's think about your neck. It's usually on the outside of the eyes, so if you were to bring those down, here's a neck, here's a neck. Okay. Now that I have the side of the head, I have most of my features. We need the top part. And if your eyes are in the middle of your entire head, that means the distance from here to here is the same as the distance from here to however far at the top. It's gonna look weird at first because we're doing the top of the head, not the top of the face. So if I had, from the center, I had 3 fingers here, 1, 1, 1, and 2, that adds up to 8. So you can do the same thing. There's 3, 3, 2. So the top of my head will be up here. Another way to do it is using your fingers space out from the bottom of your chin to that crease, and then from that crease to wherever you need to make the mark. Like I said, this is going to look weird at first, but just trust it. Start to curve it down for the top of the head. Mine's looking a little coney. I might have to come over first. And everyone has different head shapes. Okay. Now, since that's the top of the head, you want to think about your hairline. Hairline will probably be about in the middle. So if I go 4 fingers up, 3 or 4 fingers, go ahead and make a line where that hairline's going to be. I can curve it down just to space it out. We're going to do your ears next and then talk about the hair and how we're going to adjust that. Your ears are in between the center of your eye and the top of your mouth. So if I have my ear here, ears are a lot longer than what we expect. I can add some shading in here to show all those little folds. If you have earrings and want to add them, that's great. Making them even. And while we're down here still on the face, let's add some eyebrows, little hairs. So we're just kind of doing a generic face. If you want to draw someone you know or a self-portrait, take what you've learned and start to think about different shapes of faces, different shapes of eyes, and how you would draw that. Now, obviously, this isn't done because I still need to do the hair. If I have a part over here and hair coming down onto my forehead a little bit more, and then from the top of my head, maybe having it come down behind the ears, I can erase that outline of my head because that's going to look a little weird. So then you start to add the texture. If you have curly hair, add the curls. It is completely up to you. So those are just more details to add to it. Another thing would be cheekbones if you want to add shading to the side of the head. That way it's going to make it pop out a little more. But go ever so lightly. In the eyelid, you're going to have more shading. So it's just experimenting with this and seeing what looks best without giving your person a beard, unless they have a beard. Your eraser is also a great tool. If you need areas lighter, just use the eraser to have the highlight or in the eyes. So experiment with this, do some touch-ups, add your shading, add everything else, and I hope that you've learned from this on how to make a person.